All right, so welcome everyone to our very first Love Your Life event. Today is Wednesday, the 5th of October. If you are here for the first time, then welcome. My name is Jodie Smith and this is my husband, Barton.
Hey guys.
So please stick around as we share with you about our amazing products and also an amazing business opportunity that's changed our lives. My husband and I started this business about 7 months ago. We have our own traditional plumbing business and I was a stay-at-home mum. We were doing okay, paying the bills, nothing extra. But I was looking at returning to work after our 3 children went to school. And my husband would come home and he would say to me, so when you go back to work, and I would quickly change the subject. My mum was always there for us as we were growing up, and I wanted to be there for my children as well. I didn't want to have to try and work the kids' life around my work life. It was just, I couldn't imagine how that was going to be done. So it was probably about 2 months into our business before I realised what this could truly be for us. And now 7 months in, we are able to plan holidays as a family. We can spend more time together. My husband can, take half a day off and spend time with us. And we've actually booked a cruise for the end of the year, which is pretty exciting. So without further ado, I would love to hand it over to the lovely Jenna, who's a beautiful mama of 2. I've gotten to know her through this business, and she is going to share a bit about our amazing product and program. So I'll just find her and spotlight her. Go for it, Jenna. Oh, how come I can't hear you? Can anyone else hear it?
It just needs to come about now.
Go for it.
Okay. Right, so if you haven't heard of Juice Plus before, these are the main products. They're the premium vegan capsules. So they contain a variety of 28 fruits, veg and berries. So how they're made is all the fresh produce is juiced, it's dried, and the sugar and the moisture is removed. So what you're left with is literally thousands of phytonutrients and living enzymes. So the reason behind the powders being placed in the capsules is that it actually keeps all the beautiful raw enzymes alive. So rather than putting it in a jar like what you would find with spirulina and the like, once you've opened the jar, you get halfway through, it's harmed by oxygen, the phytonutrients are damaged, it loses its nutritional value. Well, all the phytonutrients in Juice Plus, I'm not sure if you can see that in the capsules, is preserved. You can actually witness it decomposing if you were to leave the capsule out, which is pretty cool because after all, it is 100% whole food. It's not a synthetic vitamin that our bodies aren't designed to digest. So unlike multivitamins and other synthetic products, you don't get that disco-ly, your body actually absorbs the contents the way nature intended because it's real food. Hence why they're labelled with a food label. So you probably can't see that, but you don't need a science degree to understand, there's no health warnings. Anyone who's able to consume fruit, veg and berries, it's safe for. So unless you have an allergy to a particular food group, you might be on medication that conflicts with particular foods, Juice Plus is safe to consume. So pregnant, breastfeeding, young, old, if you can eat fruit and veg, you can eat Juice Plus. Just want to point out that the products aren't designed to replace fruit and veggies. We all need to be consuming around 5 serves a day. Actually, the World Health Organization is now saying it's 9 to 14 serves a day, which is totally insane. But I know most of us are barely able to get in a couple of serves. I myself struggle to get 1 or 2 serves of fresh fruit and veg 365 days. It's impossible, and let alone finding nutrient-rich, chemical-free, pesticide-free. It's definitely impossible for me. So Juice Plus definitely gives me that peace of mind that I'm bridging the gap between what I'm eating and what I should be eating. So when it was first recommended to me, I researched it to the high hills. I am a complete nerd. I do love to study. So I actually jumped on Google Scholar to see what I could find. And I literally started turning up peer-reviewed medical journals. I wasn't able to read all of them because most of those sites you need a subscription for to get past the first page. But the fact that I was finding published studies definitely had my attention. So when I started the business, I found out that there are over 30 peer-reviewed medical journals publishing studies on the links between Juice Plus and health regeneration, which is astounding. You know, it's totally unheard of in the supplement industry. And, you know, not only are there are all these studies, but they're gold class studies, meaning that they're pharmaceutically graded. Now, I know that doesn't necessarily excite everyone, but it really, really excited me. Whilst we're on the topic of science, I think it's really important to acknowledge the difference between consuming synthetic vitamins and eating real food. So the clearest example I can use is taking an apple, which I've prepared earlier. I'm not sure if you can see it. I can't see myself, but anyway, so here is the apple. Inside this is 10,000 phytochemicals. So why on earth would I take a vitamin pill that's A, synthetic, and B, would be lucky to have 20 of those phytochemicals in it? You know, our bodies are designed for thousands. And not only that, but we're designed to consume thousands of phytonutrients that work in synergy. For example, iron needs vitamin C to metabolize and so forth. So Juice Plus has vitamin C, D, B, vitamins A, you know, all those vitamins that are found in the food in the are in the capsules. So it's an absolute no-brainer that you're getting the right amount of nutrient-rich phytochemicals exactly the way that nature intended. You know, I think I read less than 7% of Australians consume the recommended 5 serves. So Juice Plus totally makes sense to me, you know, to bridge that gap. So there's a tiny peek into the amazing science behind the products, which unbeknownst to me is readily available on the website. You don't need a subscription to read that. So maybe we could talk about the kind of magic, I guess, that happens when the body's consuming the amount of phytonutrients it's designed for. So first of all, like attracts like. You know, when you're eating loads of junk food, you're eating heaps of chocolate, deep fried chips, so guilty of that, you quickly begin to crave those foods. You know, hence why people say they've got junk food addictions, because the body is literally addicted, craving those foods. You know, imagine what happens when you start flooding your body with nutrient-rich fruit, veg, and berries. You know, you start wanting more. And that's what we're regularly seeing in our family and our customers' families. You know, not only are we as adults craving more fresh produce, but our kids are as well. And I can absolutely attest to that. And it was probably one of the things that I was the most skeptical of. You know, I kept hearing people saying that their kids were actually opting for fruit and veg without bribery, which is insane. And I thought, yeah, right, that's never going to happen. I mean, my kids love their fruit. You know, they love their sweet fruits, watermelon, berries, bananas, maybe the occasional apple, but getting them to eat veggies was like pulling teeth. Now I can barely keep up with the demand of fruit and veg that they're asking for. And not only are they asking for fruit and veg several times a day without being prompted, they're eating a really wide variety as well, which is amazing. I definitely didn't see that coming. My 3-year-old daughter, Harlow, she actually despised carrots 3 months ago. Now she's loving them as a raw snack to have whilst I'm making her dinner. So that's completely blown my mind. Not only is Harlow eating better, but she's so much healthier. And that sort of brings me to the main reason why I started our family on the products to begin with. You know, Harlow had several health ailments that I just couldn't combat. I tried everything. And Juice Plus was actually first recommended to me for her eczema. We tried natural products, we tried over-the-counter products, steroid creams, you name it, we tried it. And whilst we were able to lessen the severity to a degree, we couldn't eradicate it. Within a week of being on Juice Plus, her eczema had calmed down, and she was literally clawing holes in her skin. So it was super exciting to see her in the shower, getting out of the shower, her skin's wet and she wasn't scratching. Another thing that we've battled with Harlow is her digestion. So the poor little thing has spent most of her life constipated. And, whilst she didn't love eating fruit and veg, she was forced to eat small amounts of it every day. I'd give her prunes, heaps of water. She barely eat preservatives, really high fibre diets. It didn't matter what I fed her. She just would struggle. So, now she actually goes every day like clockwork. It's amazing, and there's no discomfort, which is really exciting. I never thought I'd be so excited about my child pooing, but just the fact that she can just go get it done, she's happy, it doesn't take 2 hours, she's not crying or wincing. I used to hear her behind her bedroom door actually crying while she was trying to go, and it was heartbreaking. So that's been a massive weight lifted off her bowels, you could say. The third issue is a bit of it's quite rare. I think it's a condition called blepharitis, and it actually causes cysts to grow on the insides of her eyelids. Now, there is absolutely no treatment for this. There's no eye drops, there's no creams, there's nothing. They even have to be surgically removed sometimes if the child is old enough. And our doctor had recommended that we get one removed because it was there for over 8 months. But, I just didn't have the heart to put her under the anaesthetic. So we were going to wait till she was a bit older to get that done. Eventually it popped and there was pus everywhere for a few weeks, and another one grew in its place. So the advice we got was, she's going to suffer with this for a while. She might grow out of it at adolescence. Now, I hadn't actually heard of anybody on Juice Plus with that condition, let alone it fixing it. But what I was hearing were, all these countless diseases of all sorts dissipating with people who are on Juice Plus. So I thought, why the hell not blepharitis? And lo and behold, within 48 hours, cysts in both eyes had completely calmed down. By the end of the weekend, I had never seen her eyes so clear. It was unbelievable. And she has actually not had a single cyst the whole time that she's been on the products. So I think we're around week 11 or week 12 maybe. So her cysts are gone. She's got no signs of eczema at all, no signs of eczema, which is amazing. She goes to the toilet, to the nappy every day. And she used to have cradle cap, and that's gone as well. So it's literally changed her life. It's changed our lives. And if I was to tell you all the things it did for me, I would take up more of your time. So I'll leave that to some other people. But it's absolutely been amazing in that sense. And there's a worldwide study where over 1 million children take part, and the results are coming back that, children eat more veg, they're going to the doctors less, they're drinking more water, their concentration's better, fewer days missed at school. And that's just to name a few things on a really long list of improvements. And the best thing is that if your children are aged 4 to 18, they can participate in the study for free. So what that means is that for every adult order placed, you can get a free serve for your child. And not only do you get that free serve for your child, but as long as you stay on the product, your children get Juice Plus for free for 4 years. That's 4 years of free products, which that blew me away. That I'm really excited for Harlow to hit 4 because I can't wait to get her on that study. That's awesome. And not only does Juice Plus provide the fruit, veg, and berry capsules, but they also do a super clean, high-grade vegan protein powder called the Juice Plus Complete Powders. So this is made from plant-based proteins and superfoods. Comes in chocolate and vanilla. So we have these a couple of times a day because I have to share them with my daughter, which drives me crazy, but she absolutely loves them. It's awesome being able to give her, you know, her chocolate smoothie or her vanilla smoothie in place of that occasional Milo. You know, she'll still have her banana smoothies, but I get to add the vanilla complete. So instead of just having a banana and honey yogurt smoothie, she's now having mushroom powder, Brussels sprouts, broccoli sprouts, spirulina, pomegranate. There's so many amazing things in these that I would no way in the world be able to get her to eat otherwise. I wouldn't eat them otherwise, and now we can enjoy them in the smoothies. You know, even just if I'm going out for the afternoon, I'll chuck one in my bag with some chilled water. Saves me getting a coffee that day, or it saves me going through the Macca's drive-through. Totally guilty of that. So, you know, I'm saving money. It's easy, and I'm doing my body a world of good. So not only do we have all these amazing products with Juice Plus, but there's actually an online health program called the JBT program. Now, this is available to all customers of Juice Plus, and it was devised by a previous MasterChef contestant and fellow Juice Plus franchisee, Kira Westwick. So Kira has created this beautiful family-friendly program. You know, it's not a diet. It's not about counting calories. It's just full of beautiful recipes, meal plans, shopping lists, you name it. All the hard work is done for you. It just slots right into wherever your family's at, and you can do with it what you want. You can get whatever results out of it that you want. And it's just an example of all the beautiful things that comes with being a part of the Juice Plus community, because, you know, it's a community. No matter what health ailment or that you're facing, you know, no matter what struggles you feel that you're facing or that you've conquered or that you want to conquer, I can guarantee you that there's at least 1 or 10 or even 20 other people that are feeling or have felt or, you know, discovering and struggling with the same things. So there's so much support. You know, you're actually equipped with this whole toolkit of resources to turn your life around, you know, heal yourself from the inside out. And I could seriously sit here all day and tell you how much I love the company and the products, but I'll stop there and hand it back to Jody. But there's a little insight into it anyway. So thanks for your time.
Awesome. Thanks so much for sharing about the product, Jenna. That was great. I just wanted to, we've got another product story to share with you guys. Libby, who is another mum of that's joined our business, and I wouldn't have known her if I hadn't have started this business. Another great thing about what we do. So I'll just pin you, Libby, and we can hear about the amazing things it's doing in your family. Let me find you. There you are. Hello.
Hi, how you going? Yeah, hi everyone. So I'm really excited to share with you my journey so far with Juice Plus and the amazing results that my family have had. There's probably 4 things I want to share with you today. I've suffered from chronic hives for years, to the point I was scared to go out in public. I was just literally covered in these big welts from head to toe. I do the grocery shopping, and if I carried the grocery bags too heavy on my arm, I'd end up with huge big welts that would just slowly spread all over my body. It was not a pleasant experience. Within 3 weeks of starting on the Juice Plus products, I sort of went out one day and thought, oh, I haven't had hives this morning. It was a huge thing, and yeah, very happy to say since then I haven't had a single hive. Now, when I saw my dermatologist, he told me that there was no cause and no treatment for the hives. It was just an autoimmune disease pretty much. And he prescribed me antihistamines to take for the rest of my life. Now, that being given that diagnosis isn't a very good thing. I did not fancy putting something synthetic into my body for the rest of my life. So I'm really happy at our results from that. The other amazing result we've had since starting Juice Plus is our asthma. My daughter Hayley is 5 years old and she suffers from chronic asthma. I have exercise-induced asthma. Now, I couldn't run 200 metres without my chest tightening. It wasn't a very fun thing. Every day before we left the house, Hayley would have to have her preventative puffer. She was on a Singulair tablet, Ventolin whenever there was a trigger. You know, sending her off to school was quite traumatic for me because I was putting her health in someone else's hands. And as a mum, it's not a very fun thing. So I suppose it was probably really, again, around the 2 or 3 week mark, I went for my morning walk and I had more energy, of course, since starting Juice Plus, and I thought, I might go for a bit of a jog. And off I went, and I didn't struggle for breath, and I thought, wow, that's amazing. So every day after that, I pushed myself more and more, and I started to notice that I wasn't needing my puffer or anything for my runs. So I started just sort of a bit of an experiment at home, and I stopped giving Hayley her preventative puffer. I was still giving her Singulair tablets, so she was still having something. But and I noticed that her asthma was fine. It was controlled. So off I went to the GP with my newfound product, and in consultation with him, we weaned Hayley off her Singulair tablets, and both of us are now asthma-free, and it's controlled without medication. So it's a huge, huge thing. Another great thing, I suppose, is being a mum, I was living off coffee. I lived and breathed coffee. I was sort of having 8 cups a day, which is huge and not good for your body. So within a week, I noticed results there. I wasn't craving coffee. I was getting to sort of 11 o'clock in the morning and going, oh, wow, I haven't had a coffee today. And I started to not crave sugar, which was really, really good. And another great thing that happened only just last week is my 2-year-old daughter, Stevie. Now, getting her to eat vegetables is like trying to herd cats. It truly is impossible. I was cutting up our vegetables for dinner, and she came over and stole a piece of broccoli off the bench, and I nearly fell over, and she just started eating it. And, that was the proof that I needed, that this product really is magic. And everything you hear, as Jenna just shared before, it really does work a like-for-like thing. If you're flooding your body with bioavailable nutrients, your body is automatically going to start to crave those things. So if you're not giving it coffee and you're not giving it sugar, if you're giving it fruit and vegetables, you're naturally going to start to crave it. Good health doesn't have to be complicated. We all have the ability to rebuild our bodies from the inside out, and Juice Plus is definitely the vehicle to help us do that. So, that's my story. Thanks, Jodie.
Awesome, Libby. Thank you so much. I love your story. I love what it's done for you, and there's just so many other families that we're helping through sharing our product, and that's one of the things I just love about it. I guess for me, I found out about the product long before I knew about the amazing business opportunity. I was diagnosed last year with breast cancer. I got through my treatment really well, really easily. And so when I was introduced to the business, it was amazing that I was able to share a product that I loved and make money and earn a living from it as well. My husband started on the products, and instead of falling asleep when he got home from work with the kids in bed, he was staying up until 11 o'clock at night cleaning my kitchen, which was awesome. I think, though, for me, with the awesome studies that have been done on it and the results they show, I'm just happy knowing that I am securing my family's health and preventing diseases such as I've already experienced. I wish I had have known about it earlier, but just securing my family's health for years to come. There are so many powerful stories on Juice Plus, and this is just one of the reasons why I love what I do. I'm going to hand it over now. We're going to start talking about the business side of things. We know about the products and how amazing they are. I'll hand it over to my beautiful neighbour to share a bit about one of the skepticisms that comes up in our business. Belinda, I'll find you, and there you are.
Hi guys.
Wow.
Hello.
Thanks for coming on. If you're here for the first time and you're just finding out about Juice Plus, one of the first questions we get asked, and one of the main skepticisms that we hear time and time again, is this product or this business a pyramid scheme? Now, to begin with, pyramid schemes were made illegal in the 1970s, and this business has been around for 45 years, and the product has been around for 25 years. So this definitely isn't one of those pyramid schemes. But when you think about it, there's pyramids all around us. The government is in the shape of a pyramid. If you think about the hierarchical structure, even our local daycare is in a pyramid structure. And for example, when I was at uni, I worked at the surf club at Wet n Wild Water Park. For those of you who have been lucky enough to go there, you see all of these little minions running around, and I was certainly one of those, working away in the surf shop. And there was probably 20 of us girls working in the surf shop, and we had a lady who used to tell us what to do all day, every day, and we called her the matron. Now, she oversaw all of us. She let us all know very clearly that she was going to die before she retired from the surf club. So if we wanted to progress, we either needed to jump over her, or we needed to go and find another job. Now, she only had 2 or 3 managers over her, someone who was in charge of hospitality, someone who was in charge of retail, and someone who was in charge of all the lifeguards. So there was only 3 positions there, and then we had the general manager of Wet n Wild. So if I was going to progress from my little minion position, I'd need to jump over several levels to get anywhere close to where I wanted to be pay scale. And when I looked at those people, even the matron who was one up from us was overstressed, overworked. She wasn't there to make friends, because to make friends meant that she wasn't going to get her job done. And as I looked up the ladder, people were just more worked, more stressed, and for the amount of pay that they got for that stress and work, it just didn't seem to make a whole lot of sense to me. Now, when I looked into Juice Plus, what I found was that rather than it being this more traditional business structure, it was actually the opposite of that. Everybody starts the company, the business, in the same position as a virtual franchisee. And what I love about it is that there's actually unlimited positions to the top. We're going to talk about the different positions a little bit further. And what I love is that to get to this pinnacle position, you don't have to claw over anyone. You actually get here faster and easier by making friends, not by losing friends. And you get there faster also by helping and supporting one another. So that certainly ticked all the boxes for me. And in comparison to a traditional business, when you're having to work your way up for limited spots, the spots at the top with Juice Plus are actually unlimited. So looking back at my uninspired positions where you were more competing against one another rather than working together, I see that that's more of the pyramid scam, and this is certainly the pathway to freedom. So yeah.
Awesome.
Over to you, Jo.
Thanks so much, Belinda. That was great. So yeah, I'm going to share one of the other misconceptions in our business, and that is that we have to rope our friends and family into joining our business or buying our product, and we have to know a lot of people to do this, and that's not actually the case. So I'll just share a bit with you. The way I started out was, I guess I had in my head that there was a couple of people that I knew were sort of searching for ways out and different opportunities. Belinda, who just shared then. She's tried a couple of other network marketing businesses, and she's got 2 beautiful little girls at home, and she was searching for a way to stay home and be with them rather than out working a 9-to-5 job. So we actually had them over for a barbecue, and she was talking to me and asking me questions about how I got through my treatments last year so easily. She would pop over with a meal, being the lovely neighbour she is, and I would say I'm fine, and she didn't really believe me, but I really was fine. So yeah, I shared about the product with her, and I just sent her a simple one of these presentations and said, just watch about the product, and she watched the second half as well about the business and was immediately intrigued. So she came to me and she said, look, I'm keen, let's do this, I'd love to be a part of this. So it started out just me, here I am, me, and I shared the business with Belinda. So she put a couple of posts up on Facebook, and a friend of hers called Beck, who is actually travelling around Australia with her young family at present. She was looking for a way to make money while she was on the road, and that's another great thing with this business. You can be anywhere, you can do it anytime, and you can do it in your own time. So she thought that was an amazing opportunity for her. So Beck jumped onto the business, and she shared the product with her sister Rachel, and her son had such amazing results with the product that they wanted to share it with their with people in their world as well. So Rachel very quickly shared it with Marilyn, somebody she knew who fell in love with the products and the studies actually as well. And so you can see how quickly your business can grow. The only person that I knew was Belinda, and your business, you don't have to know a lot of people for your business to grow significantly. And we're all just teaching each other what we were taught. So we're all sort of linking arms and helping each other. So very quickly, I shared the business with a few other people. Belinda shared it with some other people. Beck has shared it with a few who have shared it with a few. And I mean, I could go away and I could go on a holiday and come back, and unlike our plumbing business, which if we left, it would stop. We would not make any more money. If I left this business for a holiday or something, I would come back and it would continue growing even without me there. I've lost my train of thought. So similar to popcorn, you put your popcorn on the stove and it pops under heat. You take it off the stove and it continues popping. So that's very similar to what our business does as well. So I'm going to pass it over to my husband, Bart, who's going to share a little bit about the numbers and how quickly our business can grow. So I'll pass it over to him. Here you go.
Hey guys, good to see you all today. Thanks for coming on. So yeah, I get to share with you guys the awesome power of numbers in the Juice Plus business. So basically how it works is you start off with yourself in the beginning. And the idea is that you can, if you can just share it with 2 people in the beginning to start your business, and then you show those 2 people how they go in turn show it to 2 more people, and you're going to get 4 people in the business. When those 4 people are then taught how to share it with 2 more people just like you, you're going to get 8 people in the business. And then once again, when those 8 people in the business go and turn around and share it with 2 more people, you're going to get 16. And then when those 16 share it with 2, you're going to get 32 people in your business, which is pretty cool, because in the beginning you've only shared it with 2 people. So all up, you've got over 60 people in your business just by sharing it with 2 people. But here's the magic: if you can just share it with 3 more people in the beginning, and you can share it with 5 people, this is where it gets pretty cool. So 5 people go and share it with 5, you're going to get 25 people in your business. then you got those 25 people go and share it with 5, you're going to get 125 people. Those 125 go and share it with 5, you're going to get 625. And then those 625 go and share it with 5, you're going to get a massive 3, 1, 2, 5. Now that's a lot of people in your business. In reality, you don't need that many people in your business. Even 125 people is a lot of people. But the beauty of it is that you're sharing the business, but also the product, and that the people are seeing the benefit of the product, which is in turn helping their lives. So, that's the power of numbers in the Juice Plus business.
Thanks very much, Bart. I'll take this. You can take this. It's another great thing about the business. Careful. We get to do it with our babies as well. Okay, so just let me rub this out. The next part of this is how we make the money, and I guess the money is something we all need, and so as much as it can make people feel a bit uncomfortable at times, it's the way the world goes around. So there's 3 ways that we get paid in this business. If you can see that, make sure you can see it. So the first one is retail. So we get paid retail, and we are simply by sharing the business and recommending the business, and we share the products with people, we get paid. So that's the money that you make on your customers' sales, and all we need to do, the great thing about this company is all we need to do is connect our customer with the Juice Plus company, and they ship the products directly to our customers. Unlike other businesses where you need to hold stock, there's also no startup fee with this, and there's no monthly minimums, which is great also. It's simply about recommending, just like you do when you go to a movie or you go see a hairdresser and recommend a hairdresser that you love. The other way we make money is commissions, and this is the residual income in the business. As your customer base grows and as your team grows, you start to earn more money, and it's what we call the beach money in our business. So the next way we make money is the bonuses, and I love this part. There's not too many jobs that you can get these days that actually pay bonuses. It used to be quite common back in the day, but these days bonuses, companies just can't afford to pay their workers the bonuses. So I'm going to share a bit about the bonuses that we offer in this company. So the first level that you get to is DVF, and when you get there, you get a $100 bonus. The next level is SDVF, and when you get there, you get a $400 bonus. And the great thing about this company is the teacher, the person who taught you how to get to SDVF, also gets a $400 bonus. Now I've got Jolene who's going to share. She's reached this level, and here she is.
Hello. Hi everyone. This is my friend Kim. Hello. I just picked Kim up from the airport in Sydney. We're just hanging out having some lunch, and Kim's having a listen in. So I got into Juice Plus about 5 months ago through Jodie, and I've been a stay-at-home mum for 5 years prior to that. And I know a lot of mums are talking about wanting to stay home with their kids. I've been desperate to get out. I've been so wanting to find, some paid work with flexibility and freedom where I could actually be me. I'm an ex-career girl, so I really wanted to get into the workforce again. And so the business side of this really attracted me because it would allow me to be home, but also to have some freedom where I can go out. So I'm always at the Thursday night event. I'm always going to any of the training sessions that are out. And look, I'm just absolutely loving it. And I love that it's a teaching and sharing business as well. Back in the day, I was going to be a teacher, but then again, I was going to be a lot of things. So I definitely feel blessed to be a part of this, and thank Jodie very much. And it's so nice to not have to ask my husband for money anymore. That was really soul destroying after always having my own money and then married with kids at home and then always having to put my hand out for more money. So now I'm blessed that if I want a pair of shoes, I can actually just buy them without having to ask for money. So that's great. And thanks, Jodie. You're doing a great job, love.
Thanks, Jo. Awesome share. That's so true. It's really giving us a bit of an identity back, I think, being able to work with our children, but to show them that their mums, you know, can be something more than just looking after them, which is still very important. But yeah, too right. So the next level that you get to is SC. And when you get to SC, you get a $600 bonus, and your teacher also gets a $600 bonus. The next one up is SSC, and when you get there, you get a $1,200 bonus. The teacher also gets a $1,200 bonus. Now I'm going to pass it back to Belinda, my lovely neighbour, as she is at SC and she's very close to SSC. So I'll pin you. There you are.
Thanks, Jodie. So yeah, I'm at SC. I've been in the business for just over 5 months now, and I come predominantly from a traditional business model. My parents had their own business for over 30 years, and I saw them work more than 9 to 5, usually 12-hour days, and often 6 and 7 days a week. And that's just what they did to build their traditional business. Now, after 30 years, seeing my parents work their entire lives, it all came crashing down. So for a traditional business model, we all know how unlikely it is to succeed in traditional business, even after 1 year, let alone 5 years. And the odds of surviving over 25 years is very slim. And for that still to not be a guarantee that you won't lose everything at the end of the day was just not good enough for me. My husband runs his own traditional business. He's a cabinet maker, and he does a little bit of work for other people as well. And just being so dependent on his physical capacity, he's got dodgy knees, and if one of his knees goes out on him, then he can't earn an income, and you know, all the pressures on. So I was really looking at something that we could do. We've got two young girls, a 2-year-old and a 5.5-year-old. Bonnie's just started school this year, so I needed something that worked around school, that worked around my baby, who sounds like she could be coming through the door any second. And this business ticks all the boxes. I tried another kind of business last year with a company that you're probably all very familiar with. It's a high quality plastics company. And what I found as I went into that is that the higher you went, the more passive aggressive you had to be successful. And as far as the residual income went, or the commission that we call it, they dangled that carrot, but really you had to already be at the top of the tree to be accessing any of that. Now I'm only a few months in. I'm loving doing this, loving the team. I get to do this with some people who I've only known for a little while, some of them, but they're becoming my best friends in the world. And I love that I get to develop who I am on the inside, as well as provide for my family, create some financial freedom for my family and some time freedom for my husband. He certainly doesn't have to stress about working 5 days a week anymore. So I'm really loving this journey, loving helping other people, and loving just so excited about what this next year is going to bring, let alone the next 5 years.
Awesome, Belinda. Thanks so much. Yes, awesome share. So the next level that we get to in this business is called QNMD. And when we get to QNMD, we get a $1,500 bonus, and our teacher also gets a $1,500 bonus. Now, the people that introduced me to the business was Brian and Fiona, and I think that they've... Hello, Fee. Hi. Fee will just share a bit about their journey. Go for it.
Hi. So I'm Fiona, and I've been in the business for 7.5 months. I have 4 beautiful children under the age of 8, and the reason I decided to reach out to Kira, who introduced me to the business, was because before Juice Plus, I was a primary school teacher, and after I had my second child, Carter, I didn't go back to work as a special needs teacher in primary. And at the beginning of the year, I decided that I wanted to put my twins, because I also have twins, into childcare for a couple of days a week just to give myself a break. And I thought, well, I can't just stay at home. I need to do something. So I applied to teach again. I got my registration ready, and I was ready to go back into the workforce for a couple of days a week. And just coming up to that stage where I needed to start handing in my resume, I started to feel really anxious. And then I started to think of the reasons why it's not a good idea. I wouldn't be able to plan my weeks anymore. I wouldn't know what I was doing, week to week. And so I decided to reach out to Kira. Brian and I decided to reach out to Kira, and we said, you know, if I can make $1,000 a week, like in 12 months' time, if I can make $1,000 a week, that would replace what I would get from teaching, and that would be awesome. So I'm happy to say that 7 months in the business, I've now tripled that. I think I probably earn what a principal earns. So I will not be going back to teaching. I love this business. I love being part of helping other women stay at home with their children, or like Jolene and I, to be able to get out the house and do something. So it's been an awesome journey, and it's just the beginning.
Awesome. So true. Love that you guys shared this business with me. So thank you. I appreciate it. So the next level is the pinnacle level in this business, and that is NMD. NMD, when you reach NMD, you get a $3,000 bonus, and by this time you've created for yourself an $80,000 to $100,000 per year business, and that's just in commission, not bonuses. So you don't really need a teacher's bonus if you're already at NMD. So that's a bit about the bonus structure in our business. So that's the end of our event. I'd just like to say thanks so much for coming on today. I hope you found it informative and enjoyable. If you have any questions, then I urge you to reach out to the person who invited you and get them answered. Thanks for taking the time out today. Thanks everyone who shared, and we look forward to seeing you all soon. I'll unmute you all if I can.
Yay.
Thanks, Jodie.
Thanks, Jo.
Hey.
Good job, guys. Girls.
Thanks.
Excellent.
Well done, everyone. That was excellent.
Great job.
Thank you.
You can finish the recording, Jode.